Hello everyone. Welcome to the channel and consider subscribing if you're new. Also like and comment if you can. Okay. Now today I just wanted to talk about how to be William Samoei Ruto. Of course, we all know how he, has risen from chicken seller to the deputy president. Now, there are so many things that we might not, know, but at least the things on the limelight can at least be used to tell his story, Now, who is William Samoei Ruto? He's a person who has been raised from a very humble background. And as he always says, his father was a nobody, okay? But, if we check very well the journey of the DP to being where he is right now, there are so many things that we can see that has happened within his, he has done actually, how he mastered the art of politics. So today I just want to uncover a few things and see, we all have a way of doing things, but there's a way that the smart people do stuff, okay? First of all, Ruto was, was a student of Moi. We all know that. You've heard that Moi gave him his first car and stuff. And there's a lot of similarity between Ruto and Moi. For instance, most of the things that Ruto does today are the things he learned from the former president, the late president, okay? First of all, let's look at how to be Ruto. Number one, money. Money is not a bad thing, but money conquers the world, okay? I'm going to go into details in a few, but I'll just name them first, okay? So the first one is money. The second one is propaganda, okay? The second one is propaganda. The third one is defiance. The fourth is being a person of the church. Now, I just want to elaborate on the points I've raised. Number one, money. And indeed, you see, this actually shows that do whatever you can. Do whatever you can to get money. As we all know that the DP has had a few, cases of, of corruption. I am not a judge, okay? But what this shows me is, you see, if there's a way you can make money, kesi badai, okay? Look for the money, get power. If you have power, nothing comes your way. Okay, we remember that the late President Moi used money to win elections. Okay, this guy had well understood the political scene. He could give about 6 or 5 people to also vie for presidency, and then spoil the votes in other places so that he emerges the winner. It's not like these cases in the current political scenarios whereby, if elections are rigged, they are rigged live on your face, This is very different. And all this is money. If you remember very well, during the late president's era, if he was to come to an area near you, all the schools, all the children will be out singing, there was something. It cannot be for free, because the number one thing was the fear of, not having your school featured or seen on the road. What were the repercussions to the head teachers, the principal? But also the second thing was the goodies that come with them, if they paraded well on the road, something would obviously come to the school. Now we've seen that the DP contributes and uses money for his advantage, to his advantage, because money is like, money and power are almost the same thing. If you have money, you have power. You can control, manipulate, you can buy, and nobody hates money. We all love money. So you know how this thing goes, okay? We've seen in churches how he contributes. I don't think there's anybody, even the president himself, that contributes more than the DP, okay? Moving on to the second point, propaganda. You see, many people love lies. I don't know what happens with politics, but to be a smart politician, you have to know how to bring about propaganda and how to make the people believe it. Most of the propaganda is against the government, and that is how many people have risen into the ranks in politics in which they are today. Okay? So propaganda. If you take your time to go through what William Samoei Ruto has said in the past and what he is saying today, you will realize that there's a lot of contradiction, in the sense that some of the things he agrees with right now are the things he disagreed with, in the past. Some of the things he's welcoming right now are the things he has in the past completely fought against. Okay? So he has mastered the art of not being predictable. Okay? And you see, in politics, if you master the art of not being predictable, the art of having something small and making it big in the public eye, then you will capture masses. Okay? For instance, what is this thing of hustler? It's a propaganda, Who is a hustler? Who is Ruto? Is he a hustler? How does he live? Which type of cars, does he drive? What are his kids doing? The kids are doing very big jobs. So, he has to find a way of manipulating the masses, the young people who are looking for something new. Okay, because if you look at the likes of Raila have been in this game for a long time. Even though Ruto too has been, but Raila has been in this game for a long time. So people are yearning for changes. Okay, there are so many people who used to support Raila that are now with Ruto, that are tired of, every time trial and error. He runs for presidency and he doesn't get there. Doesn't get there. So that is propaganda. The third one is defiance. This thing has been there for a while. Look at the likes of Raila. If you want to escalate your political career, be defiant. Okay? You have seen how Ruto has been with the government, especially in these last 5 years. He has been against everything that the government does. Funnily, he's in the same government. Actually, he is the second most powerful person in the country. Okay, the second in command. okay? But still, he's against the very same government. If the president says left, he says right, okay? And those are things that have been there in politics for a very long time. We can relate them to the likes of Martin Luther, to other many great people who have been, who are known in the history of the world. So defiance also works well, and that is one thing that has been utilized properly by William Samoei Ruto. Okay. The fourth thing that the deputy has mastered well is using God's name. You see, people want, maybe it's hypocrisy in a very big way, but people want to relate with people who are godly, okay? And this is one thing that this guy knew from the start. And you see, people want to believe that if you're always in the church and you're singing gospel and you are contributing to the church, you are more holier than the other people who are not doing those things, even if they're doing them, but not in public. People want to relate with people who are doing them and are captured on camera and stuff. Look at the likes of Sonko. Okay, Sonko used this very, very same tactics. He used to go to the streets, help the needy, go to children's home, help them, and people started to think that this is a very good person because he has a clean heart, he's generous and stuff. Sometimes we are wrong. I can't say we all are, but the church is a place where sometimes we have the good people and the wrong people. Okay, there's a story about thieves who used to go to the church with their guns and tell the pastor to pray for them before they go for robberies. Okay, so there is so much about the church that we think everything goes well. I'm not saying we are wrong or we are right, but I'm just saying if people see you, people want to believe that if you're going to the church and contributing to the church and you're praising the church and humbling yourself, we all know that sometimes if we want something, for instance, if a man wants a lady and the lady is a church goer and you don't go to church, you can follow them to the church. You start going to the church, you join the choir, So if you talk to them, you tell them, this is how I want, or I need you, or I want you, or I want to be in a relationship with you. They'll see you as somebody who is God-fearing, okay? Probably that's not what took you there. You had a mission. And that's what I'm saying. Using the Lord's name sometimes works to the advantages of many people, especially in the political scene. Okay? I wanted to say one thing, that sometimes students become better than teachers. If we look at Ruto has learned from the political bigwigs like Raila and Moi and Kibaki. Okay? He has mastered the art. He has known how to deal with the people. He has known that dealing with people is an art. Okay? It's something you cannot go to school to learn. It's an art. You have to master it. Just like any other thing, like any other art. If you want to be good at it, you have to take your time and learn it slowly by slowly. Now, that is how To Be Ruto. Kindly subscribe. I'll be bringing you more topics. We'll be discussing them together. Thank you so much. Have a nice time.